70% of the guitar stuff on that record doesn't sound like guitar. It sounds like a keyboard or some other weird instrument.
In the world of progressive rock, few guitarists ever commanded as much respect, or provoked as much debate, as Alex Lifeson of Rush. His blend of classical precision, jazz fusion complexity, and hard rock power helped define an entire genre. But Lifeson wasn't just a pioneer. He was a perfectionist with standards so high that certain guitarists didn't just annoy him, they infuriated him. Behind his intricate arrangements was a man who believed guitar should constantly evolve, and he had zero patience for what he saw as laziness or deliberate mediocrity. Today, we're diving into the 6 guitarists who, according to those close to him, made Alex Lifeson's blood boil. Kurt Cobain. This one surprises a lot of people.
Years and years I roamed, I gazed.
Kurt Cobain, the grunge icon who became the reluctant voice of Generation X, stood for everything Lifeson felt was dragging rock backwards. When grunge exploded in the early 90s as a rebellion against the technical excesses of the 80s, Lifeson reportedly bristled. Music journalist Michael Azerrad recalls him saying, "Kurt turned incompetence into a virtue and convinced a generation that practice was selling out."
Playability, all of those things that are just a little more acute,
Cobain's stripped-down, 3-chord anthems infuriated Lifeson, who had spent decades perfecting complex arrangements and innovative chord progressions. At a 1993 industry gathering celebrating grunge dominance, Lifeson was said to have muttered, "They're applauding the death of musical ambition and calling it authenticity." The Edge next is U2's legendary guitarist, The Edge, master of atmospheric effects.
Oh my love, blindness.
While many fans adored his shimmering soundscapes, Lifeson reportedly saw something else: a crutch. According to Guitar Player magazine sources, Lifeson once remarked, "The Edge hides behind pedals instead of mastering the instrument. Real innovation comes from technique, not delay chains."
And it was the same thing with this. And then COVID hit, and now we're all sort of in a different mental space.
The tension between them allegedly peaked at a guitar clinic, where The Edge focused on effects demonstrations. Witnesses said Lifeson's comments about confusing sound design with actual playing caused an awkward silence. For Lifeson, The Edge symbolized technology overshadowing talent, button pushing instead of true musical growth. Malcolm Young, crashing in at number 4, is AC/DC's rhythm powerhouse. Malcolm Young. To Lifeson, Malcolm's dedication to stripped-down rock wasn't just simple.
Just keep up with the drums, then that was enough, rather than screaming loud amps coming off both sides of the stage.
It was stubborn. Rock journalist Murray Engelhart recalls Lifeson saying, "Malcolm made musical limitation a religion." 30 years of the same 3 chords isn't authenticity, it's stagnation. While Lifeson was weaving jazz fusion and classical elements into complex compositions, AC/DC was topping charts with what Lifeson reportedly called caveman rock. The contrast was on full display at an 80s awards show where AC/DC's straightforward style was celebrated. Lifeson, disgusted, allegedly whispered to his manager, "They're rewarding stagnation and calling it purity." Johnny Ramone, sliding into number 3, is punk pioneer Johnny Ramone of the Ramones.
I like you in a dream, I never let you go.
To Lifeson, Johnny's proudly primitive style represented the deliberate destruction of musical craftsmanship.
That's not traditional guitar-like. On the Stygian Waves, I let that go a little bit. There's a little more of traditional guitar.
Punk historian Legs McNeil quotes Lifeson as saying, "Johnny turned not knowing how to play into a movement." At a 1977 industry conference, where punk's anti-establishment ethos was praised, Lifeson reportedly couldn't hold back, criticizing musicians who confused rebellion with incompetence. To him, Johnny embodied everything destructive about punk's anti-intellectual streak, turning artistic rebellion into what he allegedly called organized musical ignorance. 2 is Guns N' Roses' top-hatted hero, Slash. While millions adored Slash's bluesy solos, Lifeson reportedly dismissed them as recycled nostalgia. Guitar World editor Brad Tolinsky recalls Lifeson's blunt assessment. Slash is playing blues licks that were tired 20 years ago, and they're calling him innovative. When Slash dismissed progressive rock as pretentious wankery in a 1988 interview, insiders say Lifeson was livid. To him, Slash represented the refusal to push forward, someone retreating into classic rock comfort instead of exploring new frontiers. Angus Young. Topping the list is AC/DC's iconic Angus Young. The schoolboy-suited showman. For Lifeson, Angus symbolized the ultimate betrayal, turning deliberate musical limitation into performance art. Rock journalist Clinton Walker quotes Lifeson saying, "Angus made ignorance entertaining and convinced audiences that refusing to grow is authenticity." The tee-hee breaking point reportedly came when Young dismissed progressive rock as music for people who think too much. To Lifeson, that wasn't just an insult. It was proof that some guitarists celebrated stagnation over growth.
Look, you get a lot of rumors out there. A lot of people think Brian was fired and whatnot, and,
And there you have it. The 6 guitarists who, if stories are to be believed, most enraged Alex Lifeson's progressive sensibilities. Was Lifeson too harsh, or was he defending the art of guitar, playing from what he saw as its greatest threats? Which name shocked you most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you love uncovering rock's untold rivalries and hidden opinions, smash that like button, share this video with fellow music fans, and subscribe to The Backstage Eyes for more explosive stories from the world of music legends.